Hello everyone, and welcome to English 10 News. I'm your host, Mark Ziegler. Today we're going to talk about the controversial topic of free will versus fate. Many people have sought out answers to popular questions like, is there such thing as fate, and do we control our destinies? Well, here at English 10 News, we believe that even though previous events influence our actions, we still have the tool to control our own destinies. So now we're going to stay detailed to help back up this claim. He is in Moscow, Russia with Lord Tsar Anatoly Prostakov.
I thank you, Mark, for this wonderful introduction. I'm here with Lord Tsar Anatoly Prostakov. It's very nice to meet you, sir.
It's very nice to be here. Thank you.
Here in English 10 News, we've been talking a lot about the controversial topic, fate versus free will. What do you think about fate?
Oh yes, I have wondered this frequently, yes. Well, I believe while there is a preordained fate, it is inevitably altered by the choices that one makes during his life. These choices alter, consequently, his life, and ultimately it is decided by free will and not fate.
So you think free will is dominant over fate? That's what you're saying.
Well, yes, indeed. If a person does things, makes actions, choices, then yes, ultimately free will is the dominant force.
You heard it here first, but I just want to specify a little more. How did you encounter, how did you learn about free will?
Well, of course, my father was a chess grandmaster in his time, and so he liked to teach me logic and reason, and use many chess analogies to explain things. So we were sitting one day, in front of the chessboard as usual, and he pulled me close and he said, "Listen, Anatoly. So if I move this piece right here, this piece becomes threatened, and I have all of these possibilities to move into other places, and ultimately that will affect the movements of the other side." And I understood that it was a system of cause and effect. And my father was in control of the chessboard. He could make these decisions himself. His chessboard being his life, of course. And I understood that if all had been preordained, it was fate. If it was fate, then the outcome would already be clear. But the outcome was not clear in chess. This could not be so. It was only so if one makes no moves whatsoever in chess, which is of course impossible, as it is impossible to do in life.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful interview.
Yes, it is.
You brought some great knowledge into our life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright, now back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Theo. Lord Tsar Anatoly Prostakov provided insightful information about free will versus fate. Next, we're going to send it to Carter, who's here on site to give us analysis about a published work from John Tierney about free will and fate.
Thanks, Mark. When it comes to free will, John Tierney, author of Do You Have Free Will? Yes, It's the Only Choice, explains that there are two people, incompatibilists, meaning those who believe free will is incompatible with determinism, and compatibilists, meaning those who believe that we do make choices, even though these choices are determined by previous events and influences. We personally at English 10 believe that we still have free will even though past events can influence choices. The article by John Tierney talks about an experiment where some people read a passage that talks about how free will is real and everything you do is a choice, while the other group read about how a passage that talked about how free will is fate and other people take the easy route so they can cut themselves some more slack when it comes to taking a math test. This proves that when it comes to fate and destiny, it's all in your head.
Carter, that was very exquisite. Now we're going to send it to Zoe, who's going to analyze Persepolis first and tell us about how that relates to free will versus fate.
Thanks, Mark. Also in recent news, a teenager in Iran named Marjan has made notable actions against the recent set standards in Iran. When she was told, quote, "Is it obligatory to wear the veil?" her normal schooling was changed to segregated schooling. The young teenager rebelled against the future government was giving her. What makes this topic so interesting is that although the government was trying to control Marjan's future fate, she was able to change that path all due to her strong will. The rebellion that the young girl does eventually gets her expelled, nearly arrested for being improperly veiled, and shipped off to another country. After a little while, her parents sent her to another country. Her mother says, quote, "We feel it is better for you to be far away and happy than to be close by and miserable." Eventually, she moves to Europe and finally has her own freedom. This just goes to show that it seemed that her fate was to stay in Iran and live under harsh rules, or maybe even be arrested and killed, but was able to control her fate and live in freedom.
Thanks, Zoe. Now I'm going to talk about Macbeth and how that play relates to free will versus fate. Macbeth was a soldier returning home from war one day when suddenly 3 witches appeared out of nowhere and prophesied that he would become king. At first, Macbeth believed that it was his fate to become king. This is shown in the quote from Act 1, Scene 3, lines 144 to 146, when Macbeth says, "A chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir." This is saying that Macbeth believed that without having to do anything, he would become king. This shows that he believed in fate and that no matter what he did, he would become king, and that it was his destiny to do so. However, his views began to change as time went on. Eventually, he began to realize that he needed to do things in order to become king. This is shown in Act 1, Scene 4, lines 48 to 50, when Macbeth says, "The Prince of Cumberland, that is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies." This quote shows that Macbeth needed to take matters into his own hands. He realized that Malcolm was in his way and that the only way to become a king was either to do something about it or to give up. So this shows that Macbeth began to realize that even though previous events, mainly the prophecy, influenced his actions, it was ultimately his own free will that led him to becoming king. We hope you've enjoyed this segment today and that through the evidence we provided, you have a better understanding about free will versus fate. Once again, here at English 10 News, we believe that even though previous events influence our choices, we still control our own destinies. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.